Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. As we discuss self-reformation, a very important matter comes up, that is the quality that a person wants to improve or to get rid of one's life. For example, let's just say a person is very prone to anger or arrogance, takabbur, pride. So there's a bit of a challenge in getting rid of that. One reason would be a person might have naturally be predisposed to that quality, especially, for example, anger. So biologically, if the person has a certain type of DNA, for example, let's just say, then genetically that person will be more prone to anger. So that's where in the study, in the field of study, in this, they would talk about nature versus nurture, where they would try to see if that trait within the person, is it built in or was it added on afterwards. Did living in his circumstances make him that way? And the other complication or obstacle that comes in the way is many times a certain quality, a person had it for so long in his life and he wasn't able to get rid of it, but rather just defend it. And after defending a trait for so long, it becomes like almost a part of a person's nature, a part of the person's personality. So now getting rid of it is almost like getting rid of that person's personality. So the example that I gave initially was an arrogant person. So if their persona was of arrogance, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they hold themselves around, the way they act around other people, then all that their act basically was of arrogance. So now getting rid of that, they're going to have to change the way they act, the way they talk, the way they hold communication, the way they talk to others. All that's going to have to change. So basically it's a really difficult path, to say the least. And unfortunately, what we generally do is we don't get rid of our faults, we just cover them up and we just term them differently, in the hopes that the world would not see the fault but either see it in a different way. And that's how we fool ourselves, and we think we're fooling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the angels writing our actions. We just keep changing or wording our weaknesses in different words in the hope that no one catches up to it. But generally that's never going to help us. But we're really going to have to focus on our nafs and see it for what it is. And there's a very deep verse in the Holy Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us that if it wasn't for the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then none of you would ever attain purity and self-purification. So there we're reminded that a person needs to lean heavily on the grace of Allah and the mercy of Allah and really beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change the bad traits that a person might have. So may Allah make it easy for all of us to really focus on our bad traits and also give us the humbleness to see it as a weakness, and may Allah make it easy for us to change our bad ways into good ways and good traits. And that brings us nicely to the next series, which would be about self-critiquing, where a person narrows in and focuses on exactly what their weaknesses are and then is able to correct himself. So may Allah give us tawfiq to continue with that, and may Allah make it easy for us to accept the guidance that He has sent us. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.